In the next part of this tutorial, we're going to create a new queue for the sales team. The sales team have approached the business and stated they're getting a number of requests into mailboxes that they would like to turn into tickets to help them manage them much easier. The help desk system user has identified that they can create that quite simply and quickly for them, and we'll show you how quick and easy that is. Rather than going and adding a new queue from scratch and filling out all the required areas, what we're going to do is take an existing queue and clone it to create a basis or a template to start from. For this team, we'll obviously call them sales. We'll also make sure that we include their relative email address so that tickets can automatically be created into their queue for them. And as well as that, we would go and change their queue signature. By default, what we'd like to do, what the request of the business manager has been, that they want to make sure that no lead is missed. So we're going to set the priority start to be a minimum of 1, and we'll come back to this other section shortly. We're going to go define our due dates. The working hours for the sales team are going to be between 8 o'clock and 5:30 weekdays. We'll keep the same priority settings where we have a critical one that needs to be met, possibly the VIP, which we won't make absolute, and normal requests and the range of minutes that are the same. We're going to keep the visual alerts. We're quite happy with those. The one thing that we might obviously go and change would be any templating. So we'll review the templating. It's obviously not the help desk, so we're going to call this sales department. And so on. Let's simply just go and create this queue now as a matter of course. And there we are there. Now the next thing we have to do is obviously assign some skill groups and agents to this queue. So what we do is over in the list on the right, we click the users button and we assign the users that can work in that team. I'm going to assign myself and Bob Smith. Now what we do is we assign the groups that will apply to that queue. So we're going to go through our skill group list and pick out the relevant skill groups that will apply to this queue. So let's include general inquiries, online orders, maybe some pre-sales support, product pricing, and let's even include some application types here as well. Now what we do, we've added our users, our skill groups, and now we need to add our users to those skill groups. I'll first start by picking myself. Now I'm only going to make sure that I can be allocated tickets only for things like online orders, pre-sales support, and some application skill groups. I simply move them from the left to the right and apply. I can then move to my next agent and make their applications. I'm going to allow Bob Smith to be able to be set against any of these and apply. And we're done. Now if I go back to my main drop down, you'll notice that that queue is not listed. A simple refresh or close and reopen of the application should bring that now back into the system. And there we are. As you can see, there's the skill groups that we created and added into the queue and the agents therein.